Rightio. I think I made it just in time. I think we start every show off with exactly the same words. I think we made it. It is 4 o'clock on a cold, wet, miserable Sunday, the 5th of July. Welcome to the Sunday Sesh Podcast, where we talk sports, shit talk, and sobriety. I hope everyone's had a great week. It's a big show as usual. It's Origin week. That means we're going to have plenty to talk about, or at least complain about if you're a New South Wales supporter, as usual, because we don't get Origin. As usual, guys, thanks to Hopper. Fermented hop waters, alcohol replacements, drinkhopper.com.au/Sunday Sesh for 15% off, or Sunday Sesh 15 at checkout to get you 15% off. And as usual, the golf content brought to you by DBG Gloves, dbggloves.com for tour level gloves at a fraction of the price for all you mad keen golfers out there. Yes, the garage is under renovations for a third week in a row. We have had progress in the roof debacle, though. We'll explain that later. We're going to talk golf. It's been a big week for the Sunday Sesh. Milestone week in the sobriety journey. We're going to do the Origin preview and talk about whether Laurie, Daley might actually be the best Queensland coach that has ever been. Sorry, my phone is going off. I'll talk about why that is in a second. We'll do an Origin preview. We'll wrap up the debacle that just was Fosball losing to the Eels and all the other NRL games. We'll do our picks for next week's games, although I don't know why we bother fucking doing that anymore. We are absolutely useless. And when I say we, I mean me, Steve Leary, and the rest of the crew that are normally in here. And plenty more. The chat is live as always, guys. Don't be shy. Jump in, say g'day. If you're angry dads, have 12 scotches before you jump in and then give us all a hard time. And let's get ready to rock and roll. We are watching the Dolphins and the Knights live. Should be an absolute ball terror of a game. I don't know how your picks are going this week, everybody. I don't think there's anyone possible that would. Oh, hang on. We're getting a live phone call from one of the slicers. Let's put him on. You're live on the podcast. How can I help?
How are you? I had a missed call from you.
Hang on. I'm going to put you on speaker so that people believe me. Hang on. How do I do that? Speaker. Jared Grange, everybody. Say hello to Jared Grange. 34 points today, mate. Well done.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I was only calling to say that you beat me, you fuckhead.
Oh, okay. Nah, that's all right.
What do you put it down? What do you put it down to today, mate? The shafts, the club heads, the grips. What was it?
Nah, not the shafts. Hit irons pretty good, to be fair.
You looked like a great approach onto the sixth there, mate, but the putt not so good.
Yeah. No, it happens. My putting's terrible, so I don't turn up on a Sunday expecting miracles.
You would have took the pineapple, mate, if we'd had the bet. So that was probably lucky I didn't.
Yeah, very lucky. Very, very lucky.
Very lucky. No, I was only calling to give you shit, mate. But I'm.
I just want to say we're live on air.
We're live on air.
Fosball is over.
Fosball is over.
Fosball is over. I just turned the TV on and saying they got beat by Para. So yeah, it's over.
You are live, mate. You're in the mic. Did you watch? You didn't watch the game then?
Nah, I didn't watch the game. I just turned it on for 5 minutes.
Very similar to when the Dogs beat us 2 weeks ago. We should have been up by 40 at half time. It was like my golf game, mate. I get to the green all right and then can't put it in the hole. They were attacking well all day, but no good.
Yeah.
No good.
Well, it happens.
It does, mate. All right, I'll keep going. Talk to you soon.
All right, see you, bud.
Bye. Grangey, the one and only. Grangey. Completely lost where I'm at now. He did school me today. He had 34 points. I did not. Guys, socials. Follow us on the socials if you're not already. We're at the Sunday Sesh Pod on most things. I think on Instagram it's at the Sunday Sesh Pod. We had to put a dot in there. If it's the golf stuff, it's at Sunday Sesh Golf on TikTok, Insta, and everywhere else. And obviously, you know where to find me on YouTube if you're watching this already. Dolphins are running out. Who we got in this game? I am going the Finwas. Not because I don't like the Knights and not because I want to give it to Steve Leary, who may or may not join the chat, but because Knights have been puttering along a bit, yeah. They've been not playing brilliant, not doing great things. They have been eking out wins, but here he is. Knights 26-14. Hello, Mr. Leary, how are you? Leary, you dud. Dolphins have been absolutely on fire, and yes, Katoa's out, but Katoa was out for half the last game, and they put $1 million on. Knights have just been struggling, only just got past the Tigers, and as we saw yesterday, even the Dragons got past the Tigers. Fuck me dead. How's your week been, Stephen? If I seem a little bit distracted, you'd be right. For some stupid reason, because I'm the best organised person on the planet, I've just opened the scoring submissions for the Sunday Slices for their first week. I thought if I did it at 4 o'clock, it would be out of my mind, out of my field of view, because my phone would be going off while I was doing this and I wouldn't have to see it for 2 hours. Turns out I've got my phone sitting beside me and the fucking thing won't stop buzzing. So everyone's getting their scorecards in. I'll be very, very, very interested to see. There's been some horrible scores. We'll talk all the golf in a second, but there's been some absolutely disgusting scores. This is going to test people's egos, the Sunday Slices, because I'm awarding points just for submitting a round. So even if you go no good, if you put your round in for the week, you get points. I want to drag out all the shit scores so I don't have to call everyone out just on the fucking microphone. I'd like for them to dob themselves in, put their egos away. But there has been some of the worst scores I've ever seen in golf put in, because I get to see everyone's scores. I'm the only one who gets to see everyone's scores throughout the week, and then it's up to them whether they submit them or not. So we will see. I'm going to say, just before I answer you, Leary, because we're already 40 seconds in, I am going to say 32-18 Dolphins. Looks like it's starting to piss down up at McDonald Jones Stadium. Rain's just hit me here too, and we're about an hour south of there. So there's weather everywhere. Weather everywhere. Mate, I'm not bad, buddy. I'm not bad. It feels like 6 months ago that Laurie bent us over with a splintered piece of balsa wood yet again with the Origin selections. I think that happened straight after the show last week. And everyone wanted me to get angry again. I had messages coming from everywhere saying, do a video. The point is, I think I said it on the show last week. There's only so much anger to go around the world. You knew it was going to come. We predicted it on the show last week, what was going to come. Pretty much, I mean, Loz even managed to find some shit that even we couldn't predict, which is pretty bloody good because we're pretty red hot here, me and Leary. So that actually feels like a year ago, doesn't it? The news cycle goes way too quick. What else has happened this week? I don't know. Shitload of work, some very ordinary golf, some funny golf. Did you get out this week, Leary? Knight's attacking already. Oh, spilled his lollies. Spilled his lollies early on. If I'm a little bit deflated, it's because fucking Fosball just lost to the Eels. I mean, what are we talking about? What is going on in the world? I don't understand. It's fucking freezing in the camp cave at the moment. I really need to get the roof put back on. So, roof update. We had a roof restoration during the week. Bit of a problem where, I mean, I'm sure most people will be glad if this thing got canned, but we nearly got canned, we nearly got cancelled. So, bloke turns up very early Monday morning to start our roof restoration, which is supposed to stop all the water and moisture coming in that's been coming in, which led to my ceiling collapsing in the camp cave in which we sit. Hence, we haven't had very good lighting for the last couple of weeks. Gets his pressure washer out, tells us to make sure the pool's covered, tells us to get all our cars out of the way, tells us that if anything goes over the neighbour's fence and makes their house dirty, they'll clean it. Made sure we were very well fucking prepared. You know what he didn't tell us? Old Juan, I think his name was, Juan. Oh, fuck, Socceroos too. We talk about the Socceroos. They went on the rundown while I think about it. He didn't tell us that all the water from the pressure cleaner might come inside as well. He didn't tell us that. He didn't tell us that because we had no gyprock in the roof in the camp cave, that all the water from the pressure cleaning may end up inside the fucking camp cave. So you know what happened? Mount fucking Vesuvius happened in here. I came home on Monday afternoon. Now, Mrs. Sesh got here first. Mrs. Sesh got here first and surveyed the damage, and she feared for everyone's lives. I got a phone call, and it just so happened. I mean, I don't know where I would have been. I could have been in an appointment. I could have been doing something really important. It just so happened that she rang me to give me the bad news. You know, it's bad because she goes, "Hey, how are you?" There's a drop off at the "Hey, how are you?" And then there's just a long pause. I know it's bad news, and I'm just trying to work out, did I fuck up? Has someone else fucked up? They're the two things. There's only two things go wrong. Only two things I think when she starts a conversation like that. Is it me or somebody else? Anyway, this time, somebody else. So there's the first win. But then she says, we got a problem. Turns out the outside's now inside. The whole garage completely covered in mud, all your podcasting gear trashed. That's how the conversation went. I just happened to be 5 minutes from home. I said I'll be there in 5 minutes. I get home and it was literally like I had to get Gibbsy to help me out. The city that got swallowed by the volcano where all the people are now petrified. And you can go over there and you can still visit it. Nothing's changed in 500 years. And he said it was Mount Vesuvius, so I'm going to take his word for it because he's a school teacher. That's what it looked like in here. Everything completely fucking covered in mud. The whole thing. The whole thing. Didn't think to warn us about the inside of the house. Told us to cover the pool. Didn't say, by the way, have you got very, very, very fucking expensive computer and podcasting equipment underwear I'm about to pressure clean. Left that bit out. So, golf club. Very funny. Very funny, not funny. So anyway, because we did a live on Monday night for the Sunday Slices, and that's how we found it. Gibbs has turned up. The whole place is covered in mud. He's like, geez, yeah, real professional setup. You got ear cam, fucking oath. So we did a quick clean-up so we could get on for the slices. Everything works sort of, kind of, just. It's just hanging in. Anyway, the bloke, they had to put some new roof tiles on, clearly, because all the water was coming inside. So 50 tiles it took. 50 tiles it took to fix the roof. And when he rings me up for the cashola, you can't blame a bloke for trying, but he says, oh, can you throw an extra 200 on for the tiles we had to replace? And I said very quickly, calmly and collectedly, cool, can I take $2,000 off for the computer equipment that you trashed? Safe to say the $200 disappeared very quickly. Very quickly. But this is your house, you're getting leery, so mate, I'd be very concerned if I was you. That's all I'm saying. Now, did you play golf this week? Oh, what a catch. Knights are all over him here early. Oh, you did send me your score on Monday. That's how long it's been. And listen, Monday was a bad day, wasn't it? We got the New South Wales team in your scorecard. Monday, not a great day. Monday, not a great day. All right. Did that. All right, bit of an update on the sober journey because it is meant to form a bit of this podcast. We never seem to talk about it often, which is probably a good thing. Doesn't need to be pumped to death. Past 250 days during the week, I think we're on 254 or 253, and the most important thing I just said was then I think. So what's happened probably over the last month and a half or so, I've stopped counting, which probably tells me that it's just a way of life now. It's no longer a thing I'm doing, it's a thing I've done. Past 200 days without much fanfare, and then I've noticed that I've stopped counting. I've got an app to do all the counting for me, but you're supposed to go into it every night and mark off whether you had a drink or not, and it tells you how many days you've been off the drink. how many drinks you've not had, how much money you've saved, and it's really important I keep that tally going, because whenever I go to buy something, Miss Sunday Sesh says, I'll just pull out the app and go, look how much money I've saved. But yeah, haven't been going into the app. I've been having to play catch up. So I think it was Wednesday might have been day 250. So really important for me to recognise the fact that it's no longer something where I've got to count every night and make sure I'm doing it. It seems to have become a way of life, as I just said, sounding like Michael Innes repeating everything. Look, I don't know. I still don't know what's happened most recently, though, with it. More recently than at any time in the last 250 days, the last 2 weeks, I've actually had the urge, which is funny because I've stopped counting. It's become a way of life. I've well and truly accepted it. It's no longer trying to build a habit. The habit's there. Well, the habit's not there, should I say. But I've had the last 2 weeks, there's been 2 days and one other moment where I've actually felt the urge. Dolphins are going to go in here. No. The two days I felt like I needed one were both, it was all work related. So work's getting busier. So it's important that when you're trying to do something like this, you work out what your triggers are. And for ages, I was sitting there going, nah, that doesn't trigger me. Funeral doesn't trigger me. Watching the footy doesn't trigger me. Fucking going to the pub doesn't trigger me. Work at the time wasn't triggering me, but we weren't that busy at work. Now we're fucking flat stick at work, and I'm flat stick with staff. And I've had a couple of afternoons where I just go, fuck, glass of wine or a bottle of wine or 6 bottles of wine would be great right now just to take the edge off. I've had that feeling. Obviously haven't acted on it, recognised it straight away. The first day it happened, I was able to jump in the sauna. The second day it happened, I wasn't able to access the sauna or do anything. I just had to sort of ride the wave. And then I actually caught myself last night feeling like one, which was surprising. But all that happened last night is we got the fire pit going. We sat out the back and watched the footy. Still a trigger for me doing that stuff at home, it appears. So very, very interesting. I reckon most people after 250 days would be feeling like a completely different person and could probably describe in vivid detail the improvements it's made. I'm probably not that guy, and there's extenuating circumstances, right? Like I'm working on other things at the same time, but I've also, we joke about my shoulder and golf. My shoulder's fucked and it's caused me a lot of pain for the last 3 months, like pain where I can't sleep. I wake up 3 or 4 or 5 times a night in pain because of my shoulder. So I'm not sleeping that great. So some of the improvements that you're supposed to get from not drinking, I'm probably not, haven't got at the moment because I'm still not sleeping. I keep finding ways to not sleep. So, but dropped a shitload of weight. Performing at a much higher level at work, performing at a much higher level around the family, and mate, that's tick, tick, tick. So it doesn't matter that I'm not able to do nude yoga in the rain, and I'm not drinking green juices 18 times a day. Things are going good. So thanks for the congrats, Laurie. I'd just like to give people a rundown, not for a pat on the back, but the whole point was to make this a safe space for people who are on their own journey. So anyone needs any advice or wants an accountability buddy or anything like that, feel free to reach out. That's the end of that. Oh. He knocked that on, didn't he? Gagai knocked that on. We'll see if Chris Brown gets in the chat. I'll play golf with Chris Brown today. Well, I played golf. I don't know what he was playing, but it wasn't golf. Barely resembled golf. Golf chat brought to you by DBG Gloves. Tour level gloves at a fraction of the price. I'm on me, I think I'm on my 5th or 6th round with my current glove. Doesn't even have a mark on it. I'll lose it. I'll lose it before, I'll lose the glove before it wears out. I can lose shit. Fuck, I can lose some shit on the golf course, including my shit. But no, DBG for all your glove needs. You won't get a discount for mentioning the Sesh, because they're already cheap enough. No Sesh Junior today, which means I can get out my killer pythons if I got any left, and my jerky, and not have any of it snaked off me, so that's good. It does feel a bit lonely in here without the big fella, though. He surprised attacked us with the golf, in the golf live on Monday night. He started jumping in the comments in there, Steve-O. I had no control over it. No control. He surprise attacked me. Still 0-all, 13 minutes in. So big week in golf worldwide, big week in golf in Australia, big week in golf for the fastest growing golf club in Australia at current Sunday Slices Golf Club. We've ended up, Steve-O, we're one short of 50. We've got 49 members. Not bad going for 2 weeks. 49 members in 2 weeks. Maybe it's 3 weeks. I prefer saying 2. We've got 44 competing, and they started competing this week. This was the first week. Kicked off Wednesday, July 1, as promised. And the first round ended today. Ends today. I don't think anyone's still playing. I opened scoring submissions at 4 o'clock. Everyone's putting their score in. And the boys are going off. They fucking love it. I'm still waiting. I should point out it is open to females as well. I will have to change the rules in the group chat if any of the lady golfers want to join. I'll 100% have to change the rules in the group chat. But worst thing I did was start a WhatsApp group for it. We got the closed Facebook clubhouse, but then a couple of people didn't want to be on Facebook for their own reasons. And being an all-inclusive group like we are and like the Sesh is, I said, all right. Well, my brother said, let's start a WhatsApp group. That'll fix it. It didn't fucking fix anything. It's made my life a living hell. You got bloke like Grange in there all day telling you how fucking good he is and how he's going to beat you. I've got enough banter in my life. I literally professionally banter for at least 5 hours a week. That WhatsApp group has turned it up double. 10 hours a week of just fucking talking shit with average golfers. It is off its fucking head. But everyone was keen. It was really good to see. There's a really good vibe around the club. The ball markers got delivered this week. Anyone who follows me on socials would have seen the ball markers. The boys all thought they were getting some dodgy plastic thing. They got the shock of their lives when it turned out fucking actual gold, enamel and full on. I'm a little bit upset because I lost my ball marker today. The original, the OG, the first Sunday Slices official ball marker is somewhere, I reckon if I was to bet, it's buried in the 17th bunker at fucking Wyong Golf Course where I drove my electric buggy into and flipped it over today. Yep, that's happened. That's how my golf day went. 1 hole to go, on for a good score, walking along, nothing to see here, hear a bit of commotion behind me, hear a couple of people laugh, look to the right, haven't been watching where my electric buggy was driving. It's dropped 4 foot off the edge of a bunker, done a cartwheel, landed on its arse and is doing donuts in the fucking bunker. Doing donuts in the fucking bunker. And you know what the worst part of it was? There's a fucking golfing gods and Allah and whoever else is looking over Jesse's slot because I'd just given one of the boys a fucking bullet. There was a lot of banter in the group. It was a lot of fun. I'd just given Jesse a bit of what for because he missed a putt. Mate, it was 30 seconds later, the buggy's upside down in... Hey! You're a touch in front of me, Steve-O. Dill Lucas is in. We live? Yeah. Dill Lucas is in. Didn't he get fucking dudded for New South Wales? It took me a while to catch on because I'm a perceptive bastard, but when Milky Jenkins was scoring 900 tries on Thursday night and he kept doing the arrow, I couldn't work it out, and now I've worked it out. They're all doing an arrow for bow and arrow for Jai Arrow. It's Jai July. So I had a very average round. Well, the golf's a stupid fucking game, right? Every book you read or anyone you talk to tries to tell you how to manage your golf game. So just avoid double bogeys. Just avoid double bogeys and you'll be sweet. I have 6 double bogeys every round. 6 double bogeys every round and I still manage to get 33 points, or I'll have 5 double bogeys and get more than 33 points. Today I only had 3 double bogeys and I had 31 points. I had less double bogeys, halved my normal double bogey tally, scored less points. Whoever fucking writes these golf books a moron. Have as many double bogeys as you want, as long as you're having pars and birdies around them. Because the problem with only having 3 double bogeys is everything else was a bogey for me. Everything else was a bogey. Could not sink a putt. Putter's broken. Rory's putter broken. Laurie today. Rory's putter was broken. Knights up 6-0. And I think I got a bit of a, hey, Chris Brown, up the Knights. Did you go the Knights? I'm pretty sure Chris went the Fins. Or was it you two who went the Knights? I'm talking about my average game today. Chris Brown had one of the worst games of golf I've ever seen today. So there was that. I'm talking about my putter being broken. I've never seen a bloke hit so many putts. I'm pretty sure you fucking took the Fins, Chris Brown. Couple of people watching, guys. The chat's live. Jump in. Don't let these two hog it all. 6-0 Knights. 22 minutes gone. So 31 points. I'm getting tattooed. There's no fucking doubt in the world I'm getting tattooed. So it's just a matter of when. As far as my shoulder goes, I see the surgeon on Tuesday. So he's going to tell me no more golf. I can almost guarantee it. And then I've got a decision to make whether I ignore him and get the surgery done and have 6 months off. And or continue on to chase this fucking bet, which I'm clearly not going to win. But now I've got the slices too, see? It's going to be very disappointing. I'm very glad I started the club, though, because if I was to have 6 months off golf now with nothing invested in it, I'd be a bit worried about the next 6 months for me, to be honest. If I'm having urges to drink without fucking being laid up in bed, I can imagine what's going to happen when I have surgery. Potsy's here too. Fuck, they're all here today. Just as well I didn't talk shit about Potsy. My boyfriend doesn't listen to me, so I have to overexpress myself in the chat. Chris is still trying to throw off. How many putts did you have today, Chris? 19,000. It's good these two boys are here. They can tell that I did flip a fucking buggy over in the 17th bunker. I couldn't sink a putt. My putter was broken. And golf doesn't make any sense to me. You have less double bogeys than ever before and a fucking shocking score. It's not an NRL podcast, mate. It's life. It's everything. It's a Sunday Sesh. Yeah, there was fucking at least 5 putts a hole for Chris. So the slices, 10-week season, there's some big scores coming in and there's some very fucking low scores that I've seen. I don't know if any of the low scores have come in. The boys are here, so they'll be able to tell me. I'm not watching the scores come in, Potsy. Has anyone put in their 14 points yet? Chris Brown got lucky. He had 18 points today, but he'd already banked at 27 for the week. By the way, 27 not going to score you anything. No one's put their shit rounds in. I think I'm at a huge disadvantage with the golf club too, as far as being a competitor. It can go one of two ways. Because I see everyone score, I'm the only one in the whole club that can see everyone score because I have to know their golf link number to make sure no one's cheating. I see everyone score all week. And if I was actually any good and wasn't as weak-minded as fucking I am, that should be a good thing. You know what you got to play to. It should stop you doing dumb stuff. It should keep you focused and all that. I'm the opposite. I can't know. I don't want to know. I just want to go and play my game. I don't even want to know what my score is when I'm on the fucking course. What's the good of me knowing 44 other people score at the same time? What good can that do for you? And guys go, oh, well, just don't look all week. Just don't look all week. I'm the president of the fucking golf club. It's kind of my job. Kind of my job to look. Potsy, Tell you what, played with Potts today. First round of golf we've ever had. Potsy's copped some shit on this show. Good fella to play golf with. That's all I'll say. I think he was being a bit tight-lipped because he knew I was getting on the microphone later. It's bad idea to give me shit on the golf course when I'm jumping on a microphone 2 hours later, so he bit his tongue. Well done, Potts. But I had fun, mate. I had a great time. Potsy, though, I will say, wanted to change the fucking rules of the slices 5 minutes after we started. And he wasn't the only one. The amount of people messaging me privately, Potsy was the only one who did it publicly. That was his mistake. Everyone else fucking did it privately. Everyone else did it privately. We sat here on fucking Tuesday night, did a live much like this, gave everyone the rules, asked if there was any questions or objections. No one fucking asked a question or objections. We started the competition the very next day. Fucking 6 hours later, 4 people fucking asking to change the rules because they don't suit them. How can we make it easier for us? I had 2 messages from people going, how can we make this fairer for me, essentially? I'm Potstar. Impotstar. He's an imposter. I like that, Chris. Well done. I like that. Well done. Still 6-0 Knights, 17 minutes in. So it's been a very interesting study in human psychology. I said to the boys on the golf course today, and if you're interested in human psychology at all, that stuff fascinates you. It fascinates me. The way people work and trying to figure out how people's brains work fascinates me. You'll do your head in if you try and go too deep into it. But watching what's happened with the golf club has been a fucking fascinating read in the human form. I was feuding with it. I've decided I'm not feuding with it. It was actually going to be my book of feuds. I've decided it's interesting. It makes me curious. So you create a golf club where half the people in it didn't have to pay anything because they were foundation members, and the other half have had to pay $20. Not exactly bank-breaking stuff. Not one person said it's a bad idea. Everyone's stoked to have it. Everyone's getting into it. There's still fucking complainers. There's still people who've tried to change the rules fucking 24 hours after we set the rules to suit them. There's still people who, it doesn't matter what I've given. I've created the best ball markers in fucking rugby league history and someone still complained that they were too big. Literally getting them for fucking nothing. They're too big. I've got hats and fucking shirts coming in. I put a hat in a group and for the next fucking 3 hours, and the hat was, do you want one? The question with the hat was, do you want one or don't you want one? It wasn't, do you like them or don't you like them? I didn't ask for opinions, right? I said, do you want a hat or don't you want a hat? The next 3 hours was people designing their own hats. The next 3 hours was people designing their own hats to the question, do you want one or don't you want one? And I'm sitting there going, what the fuck is going on here? I literally said, Gibbs and I were very clear. We said, we're open to all ideas in formats and everything. We also said very clearly, though, we're just going to get through season 1 and see how it goes. I also thanked everyone in advance for being okay because there was clearly going to be teething issues. I said all that. We said all of that. Everyone's like, yep, no worries. We got people trying to change the rules 5 minutes after we started. We got people designing their own hats. We got people complaining about the size of the ball markers. And one of the boys suggested, which we said we're open to suggestions, a golf day, which is a fucking great idea, and we've got all sorts of ideas around that. I replied saying, look, let's just get through season 1. We've got to crawl before we walk because we do. No one thought we'd have 50 members fucking 2 weeks in. No one, including me. So I'm still chasing my tail with it. 5 minutes later, we got fucking half the group trying to organise their own Ambrose Day. I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, it cracks me up. We got people in there absolutely cheerleading their ass off and fucking bringing in all their mates and recruiting heavily. We got people in there bringing no one in, not cheering at all and just wanting free shit. It is a perfect fucking microcosm of the human society as a whole, and it's fascinating. And in the middle of it, you got this cunt who every time someone opens their mouth, I'm just into them. So it's very, very interesting. And Steve Leary, I'm not sure you want to be part of it, mate. Steve Leary seems to have a very low tolerance, or it doesn't take a lot to end up on Steve Leary's dud list, and I reckon there's a few. Not because they're duds, but because of Leary's bark. Season 2 heavy penalties for slow play. Mate, that's not up to me. That's up to the clubs that they play at. Book a week off if you ever want to play with Slock, though. You'll need it to finish your fucking round. Didn't help, though, that Chris Brown was having 900. If Chris Brown was having any less than fucking 6 putts on our green, we might have finished a bit quicker. Poor Jesse's copping the flack. That's because everyone likes tea, right? Daz the Dominator and Sir Leary. Everyone likes tea, so no one wants to say anything. But if we were fair income in the WhatsApp group, we'd be into tea for taking 4.5 hours to play because he had 6 putts a hole. In fairness, though, he did pick up halfway down the fairway a few times. So Slices is going good. For anyone who is slightly interested, I'm going to announce the results live tomorrow. I'm going to do another live on a Monday night. It'll purely depend on when I get home from work, so there is no set time. You'll just have to set your alerts. Subscribe to the channel and set your alerts. Set your notifications, and you'll get to hear the results of Sunday Sesh Week 1. Sunday Sesh, Jesus Christ. Sunday Slices Shootout Week 1. You'll get to hear them live on Prime and in demand. We should start a subscription service. I can tell you who won't be in the points. Chris Brown won't be in the points. Potsy won't be in the points. Jack Coulter won't be in the points. Tom Coulter won't be in the points. It's good that someone put a 16 in. That's good because that might be Tom Coulter. See if his mate puts his 14 in. Welcome to a fucking A grade. I might save that speech for the results live tomorrow, but a couple of boys got introduced to A grade yesterday and fucking didn't go well for them. They've gone from playing open age fucking 7s to A grade without playing any reserve grade in between, and they got bit in the arse. They've had 150 off a stick, each of them. Bad news. Bad news. Oh. Mate, Potsy, you must go. So you use this to go to sleep. Potsy told me today he's in bed early on fucking Sundays because he's got to get up early for work. It's not past your bedtime, son. I was rooted after our round. Absolutely rooted. Don't know if it had anything to do with digging a fucking buggy out of a bunker, but I was sore. My feet hurt. My fucking head hurt. Took it out of me today, golf. Took it out of me. Physical game. We're actually specimens, athletes. 10 minutes left in the first half. All right. What have I missed? Yep. Notes. Oh, I've got them in front of me, you idiot. Feels like 6 months ago that the New South Wales team was named. And as I said at the start, so that was Golf Chat by DBG Gloves. dbggloves.com. 2 already gloves at a fraction of the price. Get amongst them. Let's talk some footy because apparently we're an NRL podcast to talk, according to somebody. I don't know if I'm... There's no point. All the anger about Laurie has turned into something else. I don't know what the word is. Maybe it's apathy. If we were being fair income, which I think all of us who listen and contribute to this podcast are, we knew we were going to get fucked in the anus by Laurie on Sunday night or Monday. Absolutely, yeah. Because it was never in doubt. So to that end, when the team came out, I wasn't shocked. I'm not angry, son. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed because I thought enough had happened during that week. I thought enough had happened during the week in the other games to rule certain players out that even Laurie, as cooked as that motherfucker is, wouldn't do what he's done. So when it all happened, I had people messaging me waiting for a reaction video. All I could get out was 10 seconds that said, did anyone watch Mitchell Moses play on Thursday night? That's all I could get out of me. Because it was an instant reaction. I've got to get better at fucking pausing for fucking 5 minutes. And then I could have reacted to every other fuck up that's in that team. But my initial reaction was, I can't believe they fucking picked Moses. And I know I've been on that bandwagon for a fucking month now, so it's getting old, it's getting boring, even I'm bored of it. But we'll start with him. Para versus South last Thursday, Mitch Moses played, and this is completely unbiased and no one will believe me. That's why I didn't wear my Manly jumper, right? Because you know what the fuckheads say when I say Mitchell Moses can't play? It's just a coincidence that every time I say it on camera, I've got a Manly shirt on. So instead of actually listening to what I'm saying, all they're seeing is a Manly guy hating Mitchell Moses. They don't pay any attention to the logic that I'm disseminating, because it's very fucking logical what we've been saying, right? Played the worst game of footy I've ever seen him or a high-level 5'8" play on Thursday night, 2 weeks ago. He let Cody Walker, of all people, and we're going to fucking talk about Cody Walker later, walk past him for 2 tries. Did absolutely nothing in attack. Even his kicking, which everyone says we need his kicking, was fucking horrific. He got charged down 3 times. He played the worst game of football I've ever seen. And I'm sitting there going, they couldn't, could they? They wouldn't, would they? Surely, with all the fucking discourse about what happened in Game 2, them picking him in the first place when he hadn't played for a month, us not needing 2 halfbacks. Oh, Lucas spilled the lollies. With all the discourse about that, I'm thinking there's no fucking way they pick him. And they did. And I saw, you know what? Because I actually think what's happened needs a criminal investigation. Sorry to sound like Jeff Tuvey. The selections have been that wrong, it borders on there's something sus going on. There's something sus going on because, like, all of us, all of New South, we can't all be wrong. We can't all be that wrong, and Laurie Daley is right. If these sort of picks were happening in any other, if this was stocks fucking trading or anything like that, there'd be a fraud investigation. So here's a question I'm posing. Is Laurie Daley the best coach Queensland's ever had? That's the question. All those in favour, say aye. I wish fucking Sesh Jr. was here to put a poll in the group. I don't know how to do it. No one's lost more games as a New South Wales coach. And if you had to ask Billy Slater at the start of this series what side you wanted New South Wales to pick, he would have picked the teams we've picked. He would have almost verbatim picked the fucking teams we've picked. There's absolutely no doubt. And I've said for a while I don't want anyone who's in the coaching staff at all attached to him to succeed him because all the talk's Boyd Cordner, right? And I'm going, how can you have the assistant coach who's fucking helped create this fucking disgusting behaviour anywhere near it? And then I saw a very funny fucking clip, a very funny reel, and I wish I could give him a shout out, but I can't remember the people who did it. If I have a look later, I'll have a look. Actually, hang on. Because I'm not one of them guys. I'm not going to take the information as my own. Sesh Jr. sent me a reel. Which fucking Instagram account was it to? Jack Wilson. Okay, they're called the Mates with 2 A's. Mates. On Instagram. Anyway, The whole fucking reel is them pretending to be Laurie Daley and Boyd Corner standing in the corner, and every time Laurie Daley comes up with one of his harebrained decisions, Boyd Corner's in the corner going, yeah, good decision, Laurie, good decision, Laurie. And it ends with Boyd Corner wanting the New South Wales job, so that's why he's allowing it to happen. Knights are in. 10-0. So the reason the rest of the coaching staff are letting this fucking Laurie Daley do this shit is because they want the job. Well, it's not a very fucking good resume, is it? I don't think it's a very good plan. Fletcher Hunt. Another flying mullet. I'm a bit surprised the Knights are winning this game, Steve Lear. I'm not going to lie. So let's go through some of the fucking madness, can we? Notes again. Jesus, I'm disorganised. All right, I'll start with the one everyone's blown up with because I think everyone's missed a trick there to a large extent. Getting rid of Toto for Jack Bostock was not the worst decision made in the scheme of things. When you saw all the other shit that went on, I think dropping Bizza was a fucking smokescreen to cover up all the other bullshit that he did. All the other bullshit he did was lost in the fact that he dropped Toto. Is dropping Toto the worst decision he's made this fucking series or even in this team? Not by a long shot. I am okay with it because it's at least a decision. Yeah, we will miss him, Leary, no doubt. It is at least a decision made on form. No other decision in the whole fucking team's been made on form except dropping Brian Toto because of his form. So we'll pick Mitchell Moses, who's in horrific form, horrible form, and we'll drop our best winger for the last decade on form. We'll do that. Tell me there's not fucking corruption afoot. Tell me he's not working for Queensland. Oh, I was going to try and get through this without screaming because my throat's been a bit off, guys, but it's not going to work. I don't mind Bostock, though. I don't think the fact that it's a decider in Queensland and the narrative that some of them have been trying to spin is a huge problem because I think we're fucked anyway. I think we're completely fucked anyway. Can everyone remember that we've nearly had fucking 40 put on us twice in the first two games? Can anyone fucking remember that for 2 seconds before they go, oh, you can't put Bostock in for Toto because fucking that's the worst decision we've made. Bostock's tall. Bostock is fucking killing it at the moment, and I dare say maybe not to the same level, but he'll have similar run meters, don't you think, Larry? Quiz? Isn't there a possibility that Bostock has similar run meters to Toto, but doesn't get out jumped in the air and doesn't drop the ball 16 times? Look, Biz has been playing terrible. So on the scheme of things, if it was a normal series with normal selections going on, you could kind of go, oh, yeah, I get it. The only reason drop a Bizza doesn't make sense is because no one else has been picked on form for the entire fucking series. Not a single person has made it on form. In fact, every time we have a good player, he drops them. Kohler's gone. Explain that to me. Tell me that Kohler hasn't been going as good or if not better than Bradman Best. Sorry, Leary. But tell me that. Where the fuck did that come from? You got Turbo sitting there. Great in the air. Start him young. Develop the experience. He'll be great for New South Wales for years. Yeah, I agree with you, Chris. I agree with you. I'm not burned about Bizza. I'm way more pissed off about everything else. That's, So he keeps Teddy. So he drops Bizza because of form, but he keeps Teddy. Okay. Good. Good on you. Who completely... Sorry, I'm spitting fucking birdie snakes everywhere. Who's completely fucking dented our attack the entire time. Every time we get close, it will be kicked to either Jack Marky Mark. He won't do nothing else. Who's that? But at least we got someone to kick to on both edges now, Stu. At least we've got someone to kick to on both edges now, and we've got someone to defend kicks on both edges now because they'd sussed Toto out. They'd sorted us out, mate. Billy's too smart. Billy's too smart. So, but you drop Kohler, who's done absolutely nothing wrong, played strong. You replace him with Brabham Best. You drop Staggs, which that one probably needed to go, but you replace him with Crichton. You don't bring Turbo back in. Crichton's played one good game at 5'8". One good game at 5'8", and before that was going like a busted. You bring Crichton back in. So, and they've left Turbo, although the way Manly went today, nothing to be seen. You pick Appy for game 2. You don't play him because you don't know how to fucking work your bench. Well, no, we're no longer pleading incompetence for Laurie now, people. I'm calling insider training. He's working for Queensland, all right? So you don't play Appy because Billy said don't play Appy, so Laurie didn't. But he's good enough to pick for game 2, but you don't pick him at all, not even off your bench for game 3. You know what Billy's done? Billy's rung Loz and said, well, now that there's been such an uproar about you not bringing him off the bench, I need you to not pick him at all now because now with all the media pressure, you'll have to bring him on if he goes off the bench. So Billy really didn't want Appy to play, so he doesn't get selected. And this might be a stretch or it might not. It's cost fucking Appy a pec injury. Appy shouldn't have even been playing yesterday and he tore his pec. He should have been in the fucking starting hooker role for New South Wales. Now he's got a torn pec. So not only is fucking Billy told Loz not to fucking pick him, not to play him, he's now cost him a fucking season-ending injury, probably. You bow down to a little bit of pressure about Hamoli, who had last week played the greatest game of second rowers probably ever played in rugby league fucking history, and bring him onto the bench. But instead of starting him, after seeing him absolutely destroy a team for the first 20 minutes last week, none other than the Melbourne Storm, mind you, you put him on the bench and you start Liam Martin, who, if you watched last week's games, had a fucking Mitchell Moses-esque shocker and has been coming back from injury and hasn't played. Had an absolute shocker for Penrith last week, Liam Martin. He gets on over Hamoli. Dylan Lucas, who last game was good enough to start to take the spot of Hamoli, who's the best second rower in the game, last game, who you put on the wrong side so he never stood a fucking chance. Instead of putting him back to the bench where he should be and starting Hamoli, you've given him the arse altogether. You've fucked Dylan Lucas off altogether. Sorry, mate, we've just ruined your rep career. We've ruined your confidence. Now you can go back to the Knights. So Billy also has something against the Knights because he's like, just destroy this kid and then send him back. Now, it looks like he's rebounded all right this week. He's going all right, Dylan Lucas. I was worried about him. And you picked Dylan fucking Moses after that game. After that game. Now, Ethan Strange rolled his ankle during the week, which will justify Mitchell Moses being there if Ethan Strange is hurt. But he shouldn't have been fucking picked. Victor Radley, now I was one of the loudest, well, I'm the only one here, so I was the loudest one in this room about Victor Radley being a horrible pick. In game 1, he was one of our better players. In game 2, he started doing Victor things, but was still fucking effective. He's got the arse to 20th man. Explain any of it to me. Explain one bit of it to me. And tell me how we pick a brand new fucking team, except for so we've swapped all the places that didn't need to be changed and we've changed none of the fucking positions that did. That's how I see it now that I've talked it out loud. Anyone disagree with me? Any of you boys disagree? There'll be lots of Ashleys on Queensland. I might have an Ashley on Queensland. I'm sorry. Like, it's fucking, I'm sad. I'm sad to be even talking about it like this. I'm sad to be even talking about it like this. I'm angry, but I also think there must be some corruption. There's nothing that can explain what's going on. It can't just be that Laurie's an imbecile. That can't just be it. I don't get it. Because it's not even close. And you guys can maybe correct me here. I'm going to assume something because I've caught, I reckon, about 5 minutes of television this week, NRL 360 and that, been real busy with work. The 5 minutes I caught was the 5 minutes on either Monday or Tuesday night where they were getting a reaction to the New South Wales team. And all the journos, what the fuck's happened there? They all go, oh yeah, I don't mind it. I like the balance of the team. What the fuck are you talking about? We've kept every problem position, every reason we've had nearly 80 points put on us in 2 games. We've kept them. And we fucked off anyone who showed any sign of doing anything to help. What do you mean you like the balance of the team? So what happens after game 3, right? There's no chance we win, and maybe the more I say that, we'll win, because that seems to be what happens with my tips at the moment. There's 0 chance we win. Are we going to get angry with the team selections after game 3, or you know what I reckon is going to happen? Everyone's going to go, oh, we knew. Oh, well. You know what the fucking the most popular comment I've seen on all the socials is, oh, well, at least it's Laurie's last game. So New South Wales fans, the silver lining they're trying to take out of all of this is that Laurie Daley won't be the coach next year. What evidence do you have they won't pick him again? Whoever the puppet master is who put him in the first place is going to be the same puppet master who decides whether he stays next year. I want to give you people the hope. I want you to have your silver lining that it's going to be his last game ever coached. But they fucking picked him this time after never winning a fucking game. Why wouldn't they do it again? So don't be so sure. Don't be so sure. And it's one of them things where if we win, fucking fantastic, because I bleed fucking blue. And I'll be happy for any haters that come at me in the socials and go, see, you fucking hated us, you shouldn't wear your jersey. I'll be happy for it because we'll have won a series. What do I fucking care? We won the series, right? You'll have forgotten about me by next year when I say all the same shit again. But it'll still be a fucking letdown. If we manage to win, no, because Madge will have a job next year. Madge won't have a job at the end of the year, Leary, so we can take Madge until Ivan's ready. Or we can just take Madge and keep him. He's perfect for it. I use my golf analogies a lot, but if we fucking trip, break a leg, throw your fucking bunker in the fucking, your buggy in the bunker, hit 17 balls out of bounds, and somehow still manage to get over 30 points, which is what it'll be if New South Wales manages to win. It'll be the most unearned fucking victory. Like, something disastrous has to happen for us to win to Queensland for us to win on Wednesday night. If we do, what are we going to do? We fucking celebrating? Are we? I'm just going to be like, how the fuck did that happen for one? And if anyone comes out and says Laurie's vindicated, I will vomit. I'll vomit in my own mouth and then drink it back down. If anyone says, well, that vindicates Laurie's decisions. There are times where winning doesn't vindicate shit. There are times where, I don't know, Stephen Bradbury, right? Stephen Bradbury. If we somehow Bradbury it, if every other fucking ice skater falls over, that doesn't vindicate Laurie one little bit. And the first person who says it, I'm actually going to vomit. That's how I feel about it. That is how I feel. And that was too long to put in a quick video on fucking Tuesday night. Just saying, did you see Mitchell Moses' play was enough to get the fucking punters fired up? Fuck, that hurt. Oh. Madge will get fired. Madge will get fired, and if his ego lets him, he should stop trying to be an NRL coach and just coach New South Wales or rep teams. Hello, Hamish. Hello, Hamish. I didn't see you here last week, mate. And I've just finished talking about your 5'8" being the worst fucking selection in Origin history again for the second game running. Where were you last week with those beautiful blue and golds? Because you know what we did last week? We put 38 on the Storm. It'll be all that Hamish fucking says. And that's probably all he needs to say, really, isn't it? Arsehole. You might note I only come out when Para win. Yeah, I saw you. We saw you the one week. We got another bloke like that. His name's Daz. Are you as angry as Daz, though? Where's Angry Daz? So that means if he only comes out when Para win and we do 52 podcasts a year, we're going to see Hamish twice. This is your second time. So this will be it for you. Oh, it's been nice knowing you, Hamish. Well done. Now's when we do the Book of Feuds usually, but I'm eating chili jerky. And I think I've already said me feuds, really. My two feuds this week with New South Wales selections again. Just get heartbroken and don't leave the house. Ah, very sad. Well, that's why we created this, mate, because I can't leave the house anymore either without someone trying to shove a beer in my face. Dad on his 18th city in 19th Bundy. Do you reckon, are you there, Daz? Because last week I spoke about you were sitting there the whole time. Do you reckon he's taking the piss now with his My Cowboys and My Queensland? I know he started off saying it serious, but now he says it in every single sentence. Do you reckon he's doing that on purpose? And the other thing he does is calls me Sunday Sesh. You'd shorten it to Sesh, wouldn't you? Or Sunday. Or call me Cam. One of those three. That's what you'd do. Big win by the Eels, Hamish. We're going to talk about it shortly. Don't worry. I'm just killing time because I don't want to get into it yet. I'm devastated. Devastated for Fosball. Did you like the stamp you sent me? What stamp did you send me? Oh, I've missed something. I've missed something. Video on my phone. Well, Gibbsy's feuding with Cameron Smith. Is anyone watching Channel 9? Cam Smith's got under the video on my phone. Steve Leary. Oh, mate, I didn't actually. Fuck, you know what? Mate, I saw it. I was working. Yeah, the golf balls, yeah. I saw your video quickly while I was in an open house, mate, and I shut it and I didn't forget it. I forgot about it. Dusting off the para and heading to work earlier. Up the Hamish. So the Book of Feuds was going to be two things. It was going to be fucking freeloaders who complain even when they're getting something for nothing. And the New South Wales selections, kind of, but I've already feuded. I don't have the anger in me anymore. And I've decided about the golf club and the freeloaders who are complaining just to fucking, ride it out. That's humans. That's humans, yeah? That's humans, yeah? Righto, they're on for the second half. I've got a I've actually got a ball sticker for me. I got a ball stamp for me golf balls, Laurie, but it's a skull and crossbones. It's a little bit more morbid than having the slices. The way the club's going, we'll have enough people where I'll be able to get someone to sponsor us some fucking custom golf balls. No good giving them to Chris Brown, though, because well, no, he doesn't lose balls. He doesn't hit the ball hard enough to lose balls. I was going to say he'll lose too many of them, but he doesn't. He just fucking hits the one ball he's got a lot. A lot. Like 8 putts. All right. NRL. How do we see the mate, you did hit the ball a lot today. You did hit the ball a lot. How do we see Origin going? What's the score? As long as it gets in the hole, that's our goal on most things. Yeah, but if you yeah, but mate, there's timing in these things. If you take too long to get to the hole, it fucking dries up. And I reckon most the legs were shut by the time that Quissy got to the hole on many occasions today. Many occasions. Just remember up the bum though, babies. So what do we think the score in Origin's going to be? Gentlemen, we'll do our Origin preview. We just fucking blew up about the selections. $30-10. We've changed that many of the wrong positions and we haven't fixed any of our... We haven't helped our attack at all, so I don't see us scoring many points. We've only changed the positions that didn't need changing. As I said, the people who actually help us score points are all the same fucking people. So we haven't changed the spine, which hasn't clicked at all. Well, actually, do you know when the spine clicked? When fucking Ethan Strange was a 5'8", and even then we struggled, but we clicked better then. Oh, I'm going to say 30-10 Queensland. I think we score some arsey bullshit try. Bostock will score, which will justify not picking Biz. Got to head off, mate. We've got the Roosters next week, so that's another win for Up the Mighty Eels. Love your show, mate. Only time prevents me getting on more. Well, thanks for coming in and having your 2 cents worth, Hamish. Appreciate the feedback. Get fucked. In Feuds we trust. In Feuds we trust. He came on just to fucking say, up the blue and gold, we didn't even get to talk about the game for him. Quest, if I had a gun to your head, what would you say the real score was going to be for Origin? Tell your friends, Hamish, get some more on here unless they're fucking Eel supporters. And also, get fucked. Chris Brown, gun to your head. What do you actually think the score will be in Origin? Because I don't think you believe that 22-20 bullshit. How are we going to score 20 points? Who's going to score them for us? Knights on the attack early. You said that in game 2, you idiot. Chris has just said, I have faith New South Wales will shock the world. I just don't see how. I don't see a path to victory for us. We haven't improved anywhere. We might be stronger in the centres because Staggs is gone, but have we improved anyway? Beat Ashley. I have a lot of Ashley. I have a lot of Ashleys on for sure. All right. Yeah, I'm sticking with 30-10 Queensland. And I'm sticking with the coverage on Channel 9 to be absolute dog's breakfast. All right, I'll do my picks now. 30-10 Queensland. I think Sam Walker backs up again as man in the match. And he'll get the Wally Lewis medal and whatever else fucking trophy he can win. I think... I can't remember their team. I don't care enough about their team. Who's going to be the first try scorer? Don't know. Oh, you know what'll happen? Bostock will score the first try. Jack Bostock will score the first try. It'll be in the first 5 minutes. We won't score again until the last 5 minutes. That's what'll happen. Bradman, anytime try scorer. Well, we're only going to score 2 tries, so Bostock and Bradman best. All right. Oh, Marky Mark, I forgot about. We'll let him score 2, let in 3. He saved a bunch of tries, didn't he, on fucking last game? His defence was good. Draw. All right, Thursday night's game, Panthers versus the Rabbits. I do not know. We've talked about this many times. I'm going to sound like a broken record. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. I mean, there's lots, but I knew Penrith were going to win that game. I had Penrith tipped, and right before I got on to do my tips video, I went with the masses and picked South. I don't even know why I did it. South were never going to win that game. South were never, ever, ever going to win that game. Why do I say shit and then second guess myself? Why don't I? There was no even reason to fucking change my tip for that game. Unlike you, Leary, who picked them because you actually thought they were going to win, I didn't think they were ever a chance. I know they're frauds. I get on here every week and say they're frauds. I get on here every week and say they're inconsistent. And I fucking definitely get on here every week and say Cody Walker's got to grow the fuck up, don't I? Don't I? Tell me I don't. Every fucking week. And guess what happened? Who the fuck gets sucked in by the fact that they flogged Parramatta the week before with Mitchell Moses having the worst game of any player ever to push his way into the New South Wales team? All of us did. That's who. But no, I didn't. I stand by the fact I knew they weren't going to win. And you know what I did? I went, because I know they're not going to win, they'll fucking win. I double-crossed myself. I tried to reverse fucking mock it. Instead of just fucking trusting it. It's no different. I've said it, I think I've used this analogy before. When I'm standing over a putt, I've spent 5 minutes lining up the putt and going, that's where the putt's going to go. And then I stand over the ball and go, no, I don't think that's where the putt's going to go. Oh, I fucking hate myself for it. No negative self-talk, but you're a fucking idiot, Wilson. You're an idiot. So South were disgusting. Cody Walker, disgusting. I didn't realise until after the game when everyone was blowing up. He's the fucking captain. He's the captain. Now, much like, was Laurie Daley fucking picking South's leadership group as well? Because it was a very Laurie Daley-esque pick. You look and go, out of all these players, who is the worst possible person we could have as captain? Let's go through the penalty stats. It turns out, even though South have had 3 buys, Cody Walker's given away more penalties than any other player this year. He's given away more penalties than any other player this year, and they've had 3 buys. So we look at that and we go, oh, I know who our captain should be. Should be the bloke who's given away the most penalties. The bloke who you ruffle his hair, he carries on like you killed one of his children. We'll make him the captain. Wayne's lost the plot. And I'm sorry, the only justification I heard as a possibility yesterday on the radio was maybe they did it hoping it'd stop this kind of behaviour. That ship has fucking sailed. He's 36 years old. If being a 36-year-old didn't stop that behaviour, putting a fucking C on his jersey's not going to help. The bloke's clearly a lunatic. The bloke's clearly a lunatic. And then Penrith just reminded everyone again that you're all fucking morons and they're going to win the comp by a mile. I said last week, we had the epiphany last week that they're not playing so well at the moment with all their starters in the team because their starters have been hanging out with Laurie Daley for 6 weeks and they'd be down on confidence, they'd be down on all sorts of shit because of all the crap they're copping. Not from me. I think Penrith players have been the only people I haven't bagged on this fucking out of New South Wales the entire time. That and Ethan fucking Strange! But Penrith just reminded everyone that they're light years, mate. Light years. Well, they're light years ahead of South anyway. South are nowhere. South don't make the 8. I stand by it. Anyone here now thinks South are going to make the 8? How many fucking idiots do I have listening to this podcast? Is South going to make the 8? No chance. None. Well, I think did you guys red pen? I think Chris Brown from memory didn't red pen South last week when we were red penning people for the 8. Come on, Osako. Yes, for my super coach. Fins are in. Fins are in. Arrow for arrow. I don't know where they go from here south. They're toast. Toast. Penrith play good. What about Milky Jenkins? Did he come into consideration to replace Bizza? Milk? I know we were tossing him up before the series started. I think Latrell not going to play much for the rest of this year with the injuries he's got. Tell me if you think I'm wrong, Chris Brown, but he's done his back and then his calves gone. It's all connected. If you know anything about the human body, all that stuff's connected. Those injuries are probably going to keep happening for the rest of the year now unless he sits down for a couple of months and by then the season's over anyway. Yeah, you did back him last week, Chris. So Latrell probably doesn't play much for the rest of this year is what I'm picking because he'd be too unfit and he'll keep injuring himself. The injuries he's got now are all connected. The only thing, he's skipped the hamstring. So in between your back and your calves is your hamstring. That hasn't gone yet. Tell you what, I did a glute today on the golf course. I don't know how, but how do you fucking hurt your glute playing golf? $12-4, Knights over the Dolphins. And then we had the thrill of watching the Dragons-Tigers game last night. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Wasn't that disgusting? And this is another one where my gut was telling me the Dragons were going to win. Posterior chain like Wayne Bennett. Posterior chain, very technical term. Very technical term. I used to have the similar injuries. I used to do calves and lower back, but I never did hammy. I didn't do hammies until I made a comeback. I used to get a lot of quad tears, though. I used to do a lot of anterior chain stuff. A lot of injuries, a lot of ankles, a lot of groin. So my injuries were groin and quads. For the uneducated, the uninitiated, I should say, not uneducated, posterior back, anterior front. There you go. Chain is the connection from your back down to your legs. They're the chains that talk about. When you're talking about across your body, you're talking about your sling from your left shoulder to your right hip. We work in crisscrosses, our bodies. Actually, your left lower back's connected to your right glute. We crisscross at the lower back and we crisscross at the shoulders. So there you go. There's something for you. Dwagons. Quisbound's Dwagons. What about that? What about the Dragons? Beating up on the poor Tigers. What a horrific game of football. I was sort of watching it, sort of not. We were around the fireplace and sister-in-law's up with her 3 kids, so there was 5 absolute nightmares running around my joint all weekend. So but all I saw was rubbish. Dragons have got some great young forwards. Yeah, they need someone to steer them around, though. Not sure Luke Metcalf's going to be the guy. Hasn't Val Holmes fallen off? Hasn't Val Holmes really fallen off? I know that's an old take and an obvious take. Sorry. Can't be fresh and mind-blowing every week. I used to love him as a player. He was always first picked in my Supercoach. I'm going to make a call. Tell me if I'm going off too early here. Tigers don't win another game for the rest of the year. They look shocking. Yeah, I missed his... Mate, that happened in the first minute or something. I missed what happened there. By the time I turned the game on and looked up, he was already in the sin bin. Who do the Tigers beat now? Because they had Appy. Tigers have turned back into the Tigers. I don't know what happened, but maybe the Tigers beat the Eels. I know that's Rich coming. The Eels just beat Manly. I get it, but Eels probably have the worst. Who's got the biggest? Here's a question. What team's got the biggest difference from their worst game to their best game? The Eels' worst is real fucking bad, but then they beat the Broncos. Look at it. They beat the Broncos at the start of the year when the Broncos were going good. Oh, yeah, Broncos. Great call, Leary. Great call. I reckon the Eels are up there. The Eels' worst is fucking diabolical, and then they'll knock off Manly. And they didn't play poor, like Manly didn't play super poorly. We'll talk about that game shortly, but Broncos do have the big... But the Broncos are all arse at the moment. There's no good coming out of the Broncos anymore. But you're right. Great call, Leary. Canberra would have been one of them teams too last year, wouldn't they? The difference between the milk's good and the milk's bad was pretty bad. Pretty big. Dragons, great young forwards, no halves. Very little to offer in the outside backs, and they still managed to scrape past the Tigers. I don't know who the Tigers beat for the rest of the year. I'm going to make a big, bold claim right now. Tigers don't win another game. Anyone going to ride that horse with me? Anyone going to ride that horse with me? This can't be a try. Yeah, the Knights knocked it on. Yeah. High tackle. What's the no, Leary? You don't reckon the Tigers... Oh, you reckon the Tigers win another game? You said, mate, you're the bloke who said at the start of the year the Dragons won't win a game all year. Chris Brown doesn't want to ride that horse with me. Chris has dogged it. Yeah, Benji's got some problems there. They've turned into the undisciplined mob again. They've turned into Tigers. He needs to crack the whip again. He's let their standards off. Who do they beat, though? Leary. Maybe Fosball, the way it went today. Broncos 28. Sharks. Frauds 28. Broncos 16. What are you going to say about it? What are you going to say about it? I still don't reckon the Sharks make the 8. They didn't look very convincing doing it against an absolutely garbage Broncos team who have completely lost the plot. I did hear one of the funniest fucking quotes ever before we came on air, and that was an interview with Ben Hunt, must have been after the game, or before the game maybe. And Ben Hunt's just re-signed with them for another year. But they were saying, because the reports are out that Madge has lost the dressing room again and players won't re-sign if Madge is still the coach, and all the same bullshit that was coming out at the start of the year. But anyway, when they asked Ben Hunt said, "No, I re-signed because I knew Madge was going to be the coach. That's why I re-signed." "No, cunt, you re-signed because you're going to get $400,000 a year when you should retire. That's why you fucking re-signed." Don't fucking pretend that you re-signed because you like the coach. You only re-signed because the Broncos are the only ones that would hire you, and you got another $400,000 for the year. You should have retired 2 years ago, Ben Hunt. I thought it was very fucking funny. And the reporter took it as if, what happens with Ezra? I don't know. I don't know, ma'am. See what I did there? I don't know, ma'am. Well, they're not going to get rid of Ezra. Mate, if they didn't get rid of Ezra for fucking getting drunk, taking a shitload of cocaine, driving into someone else's car and nearly killing 3 people, they're not going to sack him for bad form, are they? Because I reckon out of bad form or fucking nearly killing 3 people in a car accident off your fucking guts, one is a little bit more on the we should sack you list than the other. I don't reckon Ben Hunt plays next year. He'll take his contract. Because you got Jonah Pezic going there. He looked like a great pickup today. Jonah. Cuddling Dragons for Ezra. I reckon he's gone. You got some inside info on that, Quiz? Terrell Sloan's going overseas. Oh. Well, it's our next game. So nothing new with the Sharks. They're still frauds, yeah? They still can't win the comp. I don't reckon they'll make the 8. Based on all the teams we said we're going to make the 8 last week, the Sharks aren't there. All right, you fuckheads. Give it to me. Eels 23, Fosball 14. Let's go. Dolphins. Oh, I fucked it. Did he fuck it? He nearly fucked it. Fins are in. 12-8, Fins. You getting nervous there, Leary? Leary's getting nervous. Fins have found some form. What's Marju doing here? Oh, good work. Why did Marju dive so early then? The fullback had him covered. He could have held his feet. Just a comment on the crowd, Steve Leary. It's not exactly jam-packed up there. What's happened to the Knights faithful? A bit too chilly up there. I was just watching the hill behind the goalpost. There's plenty of seats. Not supporting your team. Not supporting your team. Yeah, it is fucking cold. I'll tell you what, it was cold waiting for Jesse Slock to hit his fucking golf balls today. He stands over him for 40 minutes. It was cold watching Chris Brown have 8 putts on every fucking hole. Can we keep moving, boys? Jesus. All right. I had Rishi. I haven't mentioned Rishi for a long time on here because he had a few weeks off golf, but he's back. He's back golfing terribly. He can't golf without me. That Rishi, also Parramatta supporter. And I just want to say, for all the heroes, I wish I should have said it when Hamish was here. I offered every Para supporter I know fucking bulk cash in some fucking side bets today or over the last week. None of them would take it. None of them would take it. Dave across the road, who bet me last time they played, wouldn't take it. Rishi wouldn't take it. I offered Dave as much start as I could. Or I said, any start you want. He said, nah, not taking it. Rish didn't want to back him at all. So don't fucking refuse to back your team. Don't refuse to take a punt on them and then come at me clapping and carrying on when you win. You didn't back them. It'd be like me. It'd be like me with fucking when New South Wales. Like, I don't have a leg to stand on if New South Wales win on Wednesday night. I can't carry on going fucking doing cartwheels. I'd be the biggest fraud. I'd be a bigger fraud than the Sharks if I did that. Don't come at me, Parramatta supporters who refuse to, before the game, back your fucking team. Can't do it. Don't do it. They both said there's not enough start. They both said fucking Fosball was going to win easy. Now, I knew we were in the shit early. How did I know we were in the shit early? Because our first half was very reminiscent of our first half against the Dogs 2 weeks ago. In the first half against the Dogs 2 weeks ago, we were fucking all over them. We just couldn't sink a putt. Another golf analogy. We had no problem getting to the green. We couldn't sink a putt. We dropped that much ball in the first half in try-scoring positions. We made that many line breaks and couldn't find the last pass. There was one Ben Travojevic went through down the left-hand side. And instead of trying to hook up with someone on the inside, he just took it on himself. You're not that quick, brother. You're not that quick. So I reckon we bombed 3 or 4 try chances in the first half, and if we score them, the game's over. Exactly the same thing happened against the Dogs 2 weeks ago. We looked fucking red hot. We just couldn't score a point. It is literally my golf game. I will find a way to fucking not par a hole. Wouldn't matter if the ball was already in the hole. Something would happen and it'd pop back out. That's what happened. To the Eels' credit, they defended shockingly in the first half, but brilliantly at the same time. They were letting Manly go 100 metres every set, but then weren't letting them score. So on one hand, defence shocking. On the other hand, defence fucking brilliant. Brilliant defence. And then tide's always going to turn. Unless you're playing the Dragons or it seems like the Tigers at the moment, you can't bomb that many chances. Like Murphy's Law is going to get you. If you don't put people away, if you don't put teams away when you got the chance, there's always a chance that they're going to come back into it with a bit of momentum, and they fucking did, and they look good. They look good. Can't take anything away from them. What I do want to know is what the fuck's happened to Jason Saab. I reckon we were on here, lads. How long ago was it? Was it a month ago or longer when I said he was fucking soft as shit, Jason Saab? Timid, soft as hell. He has turned into George Tafur in the last 2 weeks. He is fucking murdering people. He has just started murdering people. It's like he's finally realised that he's 6'8", and he's just fucking launching at people and doing it with beautiful technique. His technique is, mate, as far away from Kalen Ponga's technique as you could get. It's perfect, and he's burying them. Where does that come from? You don't just learn how to whack fucking 8 years into your NRL career. God. Do you reckon he heard the podcast when we called him soft? Or do you reckon Feuds said to him, if you don't start whacking people like I know you can whack people, I'm benching you? I reckon it was a podcast. I don't reckon Feuds had anything to do with it. What do you reckon? But I actually said it. So you can check my Facebook for verification. I said it very early in the game. He put a shot on early in the game, and I jumped on Facebook and said, fucking, where the fuck's this come from, Jason Saab? And then Laurie texted me about an hour later, you're a bit slow, Laurie. He'd been whacking people all day, and he did it last week and he did it the week before. He's just started jamming in off his wing. It's like he's realised he's the fastest player in the NRL and he's 6'8", and he could just fucking launch at people. Yeah, we had Steve Maddai. We had George Tafur who used to do it. Steve Maddai is definitely not at training. He's a recluse now, Laurie. He left the club and is living, I'm going to get the location wrong, but he's living in the middle of the bush somewhere, and he's barely been back to the club. I heard an interview with him 3 or 4 months ago, and it was like the first interview he'd done in 4 or 5 years, and he basically said, no, I'm just living my life, eh? I'm just living my life, eh, bro? Something like that. He said it pretty much like that. So it's definitely not him at training. They've had some good up and in wingers, Manly, haven't they? Matai used to decapitate people. I thought that pretty much all he was good for, Matai. He wasn't the best attacking centre. Fuck, he whack blokes. And Georgie Tafua the same. So there was always a risk. Manly were really undisciplined with the ball against the Dogs. And then they fucking were lights out perfection last week against the Storm. And then they went back to the team that was against the Dogs. So I hate to say it, but is Fosball a team that doesn't play well against shit teams again? Manly used to do that for a long time. Wouldn't win the games they were supposed to win. It's a Manly trait. I thought Fosball would fix that. Is there a potential that he hasn't fixed it? Because we can't take anything from Parra in this game. Moses is going to come back in and fuck everything up for them. Why wouldn't you keep Ronald Volkman? If you've just beaten Fosball, why wouldn't you, who put 40 on the Storm last week, why wouldn't you keep Ronald Volkman and Jonah Pezzett as your halves? Wouldn't that be funny? Moses comes back, Rolls says, sorry, mate, we play better without you. Which they fucking do. Which they do. Comes in for 2 games, fucks everything up, gets hurt, fucks off, they win. Oh, dear. And then we just got this game, eh? Oh. Who wins from here, Quiz? I'm not going to ask Leary. Who wins from here, Quiz? Dolphins got all the momentum. Making easy moves. That's the first tackle. Dolphins go in this set. Quiz not answering me. What's happened? Oh, send him off. Getting a bit grubby the Knights. Oh, it's just started pissing down. This will test my new roof. What about roof quotes? Got quoted $42,000 for a new roof from someone who said they were doing mates rates. 42 grand. Dolphin, no. Yeah, you think the Dolphins win. All the momentum's with the Dolphins. Sorry, Leary. Is that where we post our score? Add member. Add Lake Sylvester. Add. Here we go. Just added you to the scoring group. Just added it to the scoring group. What was I going to say? I said, do you blokes have anything you want to talk about? Let me go to next week's games. Round 19. Oh. Tigers versus Wars by how many? Friday night game. Tigers and the Wars. I would have thought, Tigers are $2.78. I would have thought they'd be $4. Wars win that, no. It's at Campbelltown. Oh, good. We get to have some fun next week. Dolphins v the Sharks. We get to watch the Dolphins smash up on the Sharks. Sharks to prove yet again that they can't beat a good team. Yeah? That's the narrative we want to spin here, surely. Fins to kill the Sharks. I don't see a world where the Sharks win that. I don't see a world where the Tigers beat... don't see a world where the Tigers beat the Wars. Happy out. Blue Eye doing nothing. Fuck Dewey's back playing well, though, isn't he? I don't see a world where the Sharks beat the Dolphins. I think they're... Oh, milk versus dogs. Dogs versus milk. I really don't want to pick the dogs, but I really don't want to pick the milk. Leary's back on the milk. Leary's back on the milk. I want the milk to win, and for that reason, I'm going to pick the dogs. Dogs versus milk. I'm not seeing anything from, unfortunately, I'm not seeing anything from the dogs except they're grinding out wins with their new fucking superstar 5'8". What about them put Lockie Galvin in New South Wales camp? Fucking just quietly. What about that? Why not? If you're going to pick the worst possible people to play in the actual starting side, you may as well pick the worst possible people to fucking shadow the team, shouldn't you? If you're gonna pick the worst, who's the worst possible fucking halves combination we could have at the moment? Yep, we've picked them. All right. Well, who's the worst possible half we could shadow them? What about that? I forgot about that, Leary. You should have reminded me. Oh dear God, what are we doing there? Who you got, dogs or milk, Quiz? 8 minutes to go. 12 all. Yeah, good work. Good work from the centre and winger there. Great work from the centre and winger there. Unbelievable. I'm going the dogs. Lock it in. Roosters versus the Eels. I know Hamish was thinking that the Eels were going to get up. So here's the thing. Wires $1.45. Gamble responsibly. Wires $1.45. Tigers $2.78. I reckon that's way too close. You got the Roosters $1.20 and the Eels $4.60. How are the Tigers not $4.60? What are we missing there? Roosters $1.20. Unbackable. Unbackable in a two-horse race. Oh, the odds aren't making any sense. Maybe they're waiting to see how this game plays out. So I'm on the Roosters. Rabbits and the Knights are $1.92 each. They're giving you no respect, Steve Leary. They're giving the Knights no respect. They're not putting any respect on their name. Like Ponga will be back. Ponga plays, surely. Like he don't need Ponga to play. My mum could beat South Sydney. She'd annoy the shit out of Cody Walker, my mum would. Prone to asking some irrelevant, non-contextual, make no sense questions, Mama Sesh. So she'd annoy the shit out of Cody Walker and he'd lose the plot and kicker. If we lose, we kept the best attacking side for 12 points. So even if we lose here. Oh, don't try finding silver linings and fucking Leary. He's already gone the if we lose. You said you were fucking safe, mate. Don't try and fucking backdoor it. Steve Leary's been saying all day, Knights are home, Knights are home, Knights are home. Now he's giving us the if we lose. I'm going to tell him you said that because look at him. Oh, yeah, now we're safe, bro. Yeah, now you're back. Now. You're red hot, you are. Fucking love to go to war with you. See what he did there, Chris? He tried to give us the fucking if even if we lose, we're fucking great. I know what you try to do there, Leary, you dud. Oh, this biltong's going good. Good news. Jerky G's back. Teaching him to backdoor it. He's trying to sell us. Oh. Safe to say wrong about Dylan Brown at the start of the year. I'll wear that. I'll wear that. You happy with how Dylan Brown's been going, Steve-O? Leary doesn't need me to training quiz. Leary deals with drunks in pubs. That's how I learned how to sell. You got to Oh, that was ugly. There you go. Is that icing it for you? Is that icing it for you, baby? Leary's just said, got to ice these moments, and there he goes. Ice cool. Two of the greatest sales trainers in the world, picking up chicks or dudes, whatever you're into, and talking drunks out of pubs without getting into a fight. That'll teach you how to sell. So Leary's a master salesman. He's picked up chicks and he talks drunks out of pubs every night. You can't sell me on that bullshit if we lose. Here's a run where you can't do it. You can't bullshit a bullshitter, right? So game recognises game. You were trying to fucking sell us there. I seen it from a mile away. Oh, no. Knights are going to win. This has gone pear-shaped ever since you said the Finns were going to win, Chris. So Knights Rabbits next week. We've got to be on the Knights. Can't believe they're even. Fosball versus the Cows. See now, it's at 4 Pines though. Foz will have them up. Fosball versus the Cows. Fosball gets it done against Darren's Cows. And then Storm versus Titans. Storm. Yeah? Your luck is actually worse than mine. Yeah, well, you got to just trust yourself, don't you? Fosball over the Cows. We've all got to be on Fosball just for fucking Daz, don't we? Titans for the upset. Interesting. Grubs basically have to win every game from here till the end of the season, so I'm not sure they do it. Broncos, Dragons, Panthers, bye. Chris Brown on the Cows. You doing that to troll or you actually believe it? I'm not going to get upset. We just lost to Para, so why wouldn't you tip him? But back at Fos Pines Park, there is some, there was a stat that I didn't listen to before the game, obviously, but Manly to have a bad track record of winning at CommBank. I think the last NRL game I ever went to was Manly and Para at CommBank last year or the year before. We were winning by 20 and then fucking Peter goffed us. Para came back and went, he's going to kick another field goal, I thought. Lucas. It's the last tackle. Oh, he's thrown it. Oh, he knocked on. Boys, mate, it might be bad news for next week. I don't think I'm going to be here. I would love to be here for the Cows versus the Eagles. Don't tell Daz. Don't tell Daz. Just let him try and rock up and we all not be here. Oh, but you know what? There's a 6 o'clock game. I will be back for that, I think. So unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, I'm actually going away for the weekend up to Newey to Sesh Junior's got a netball gala weekend for a rep netball. I'm taking a weekend off work. We're going up to actually watch. I get to stay in a caravan park with 6 other groups of netball parents. Oh, yeah, clap for the Sesh. I can't fucking wait. Oh, it's going to be brilliant. I get to spend Friday, Saturday and Sunday with new people. Not only new people, netball people. I don't know how it's going to go. I don't. People I've never met 3 days in the same fucking cabins. They wanted to get an Airbnb and all stay in the same house. That's how keen they are. My Mrs. Sunday Sesh, like, she's already stitched me up with this, but didn't want to stitch me up that bad that we were all in the same fucking house and I had nowhere to hide. I love new people. New people's what I'm all about. Oh, so there will be a Sunday Sesh next week. It may not be 4 o'clock. Still a minute to go. There will be a Sunday Sesh next week. It may not be 4 o'clock. I will let everyone know when I know. Depends when we leave Newey. If we leave Newey in time to get here for 4:05, I'll just jump straight on. It won't be fucking very organised. Also means I don't get a weekend game of golf next week, so I'm going to have to try and small talk grind. Yeah, I'm going to have to pretend to care, Chris. And here's the thing, I can pretend to care for 10 minutes, 3 days, problem. 3 days is a huge problem. Also don't know if I'm going to be able to get around in for the fucking slices. That's a problem. Oh, because you're away. Chrisos. He's away. I'm away. I'm not going to get around in. I'm trying to get around in on Friday morning, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Go. Oh, go. What sort of a kick was that? Bloke's had an air swing. Well done, Stephen Laurie. That's a big win. That's a big win, I reckon. I can't play golf at fucking 6 o'clock at night. I appreciate the sentiment, Quiz. I appreciate the sentiment. I don't know how good golf was for my mental health today, watching blokes have 93 putts, taking 8 hours to hit a ball, and then me driving me buggy off a fucking cliff. I don't know how good it was for my mental health today, but how good was the sunshine? It was beautiful out there this morning. Then it got cold as fuck. I'll let you boys know what time we're on next week, whether it's 4 o'clock or 6 o'clock, but it looks like there will be a Sunday Sesh. I probably reckon I'm going to have some stories. If I've spent 3 fucking days with netball parents, we're going to have some stories next week. You're going to want to see it. You're going to want to hear it. You're not going to want to miss it. That's for fucking sure. Well done, Leary, on his nights. Congratulations, mate. Top 4, well-deserved. Well done, Fosball, you bunch of fucking idiots. Thanks for nothing. In Foz, we don't trust anymore. Thanks to the sponsors. Where am I staying? I don't actually know. I don't know where we're staying. I don't think it's Shoal Bay, but it's. I don't think we're right in Newey. I think we're north of Newey somewhere. But I'll text you. I'll let you know when I know. I don't think I'm going to be anywhere near you, so I can't even fucking hide and say, I've got to do some fucking networking for the potty and the slices. Thanks to the sponsors, Hopper, drinkhopper.com.au/Sunday Sesh for 15% off. dbggloves.com for tour-ready gloves at a fraction of the price. Follow us on all the socials, and if you type in Sunday Sesh Pod or Sunday Sesh Golf, you're going to get one of us. You gooses, don't forget to like this video and comment underneath, please, and maybe tell somebody else to watch. And I'll catch you all when I see you. Have a great week. Stay safe. Be good to yourselves and good to everybody. I'll catch you again soon. Peace. Could be a gem in the house who's also hating the small talk. Yeah, there could be. So there could be two blokes sitting in the corner just eyeballing each other and nodding knowingly. We'll nod knowingly. Just go, yeah, I know, brother. Yeah, I know, brother. That's what it'll be. All right, fuckers. Peace out. Talk soon.